What's up, y'all? Hey, what's up, man? Good morning. Uh, what's today? Monday. Today is Monday. I want to get some good light. Today is Monday, April the 26th, 27th, whatever day it is. And I'm in the airport. We're getting ready to fly back to New Jersey. So listen, Shedeur Sanders, DEION Sanders, and the Cleveland Browns are the real winners of the 2025 NFL Draft. Jealousy, not racism, jealousy is the culprit. If you look at it from a negative perspective, that Shedeur Sanders somehow lost by falling in the draft. If you view it from that standpoint, it was jealousy. I actually think Shedeur Sanders wins. Whatever money he would have got signed to as a first round pick, number one pick, he'll make that up on the back end of his career, provided that he performs at an elite level in the NFL, which he should be able to do because, number one, he's got the genes. His father was an elite level Major League Baseball player. His father was an elite level NFL player. So the physical genetic makeup is there, and the groundwork, the seeds for the spiritual and mental genetic is there. Now, the spiritual and the mental genetic will be tested when he faces different types of adversity. And because his father was able to persevere through adversity, doesn't necessarily mean that he will. But if I'm a betting man, I think that he will, right? The Cleveland Browns are going to sell more tickets than they've ever sold, ever. The Cleveland Browns will be able to raise the price of a beer from, what is the price of a beer now? Let's just say $8. When Shedeur Sanders plays, the price of the beer can go to $12. They can raise it 50%. A hot dog cost $9 before. When Shedeur Sanders plays, now that hot dog is $12.50, right? A regular average general admission ticket was $40. Now that ticket is $95. You get my point. I don't know what the prices will be, but you understand what I'm saying. The Cleveland Browns straight up win. I say that Shedeur Sanders wins because now the spotlight is on him, right? Everybody's watching. So when that happens, what happens to athletes, either they crack and fold under that kind of pressure, right? And their career is ended, or they shine and they rise to that occasion and they live a glorious career. Kobe Bryant, Reggie Jackson, Derek Jeter, Michael Jordan. Tom Brady, Joe Montana, Dr. J, Magic Johnson, Kareem. When the lights were the brightest for these guys were able to rise to the occasion and win championships and excel at the highest level, which immortalizes them in greatness. Deion Sanders was one of those types of people. Now, we shall soon see if SHEDEUR Sanders is one of those types of players as well. I'm not buying into the racism argument. I'm not doing that. You know, I'm not buying into that. This was pure jealousy. Jealousy of Deion Sanders, who is a arrogant and conceited, very confident, cocky, my kind of man. I share those same attributes, so I can relate to Deion. And people that don't possess those types of quality attributes, good quality attributes of arrogance, conceit, cockiness, bravery, courage, confidence, they don't like people that do that have those types of qualities, right? They feel intimidated by those types of people. They feel jealous of those types of people. And Deion has been having haters since he came into the league as a teenager. His son has some of those same attributes. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. So this is pure jealousy, but it means nothing in the long-term scheme of things. I think SHEDEUR Sanders shines. I think he proves everybody wrong. I think he, all of the teams that passed him up lost, because the same benefits that the Cleveland Browns are going to be able to enjoy in terms of increased ticket sales, in terms of increased revenue from concession stands and foods and beer. They all could have had that. They all could have enjoyed that, and they passed up on that. Cleveland Browns will be on television every week. The Cleveland Browns organization is going to get TV revenue out of this world. The Cleveland Browns will now be playing on Thanksgiving. The Cleveland Browns will now be playing on Christmas. All of those days that normally you see the Dallas Cowboys always playing on Thanksgiving or Christmas, the Cleveland Browns will be in that mix now because of this whole controversy. Sometimes controversy is good, right? There's no such thing as bad publicity, right? So that's my feeling on the SHEDEUR Sanders, Deion Sanders draft situation. I think father and son both win. I'm pulling for SHEDEUR Sanders. I'm pulling for his brother Shiloh Sanders. I'm pulling for the father Deion Sanders. I'm from Jersey. I may go out now and buy a Cleveland Browns hat. I may go buy a Cleveland Browns hat now with number 2 on it, just because SHEDEUR Sanders is on the Cleveland Browns. That's how the Cleveland Browns are going to win. They're going to sell so much merch, and they're going to overprice it, and they're going to get it. So the Cleveland Browns is going to be the ultimate winner, and SHEDEUR Sanders was a victim of jealousy and not racism. Orlando, Florida Airport, MCO. Follow me on the Podcast with Soul on Spotify, the Podcast with Soul on Instagram. Peace.